Hello, and welcome to the 6 Monster Meta Monday. I am your host, Jinjo. Today we are going over my favorite Godzilla Battle Line unit in a new way. Thanks to my wife, Leanne, for helping and allowing me to upload this on her channel. If you haven't subscribed or seen her content, I encourage you to do so. Anyways, without further ado, here is Godzilla -1. Coming off fresh from his Oscar-winning movie for visual effects, Godzilla Battle Line had to make sure his in-game representation lived up to his colossal success in the worldwide box office. Did they succeed? Was -1 mid or downright horrible? Let's see. Stats for level 27. Health 4,146. Range damage 879. Attack speed 2.7 seconds. Search range 50. Targets leader, ground, aerial facilities. Reach 45. Movement speed 12. Recovery rate 5% or 105%. Effect time 15 seconds. Range damage underwater 1,934. Underwater time 25 seconds. With a high health pool, Godzilla -1 is really good for tanking damage. Along with his recovery rate of 5% for 15 seconds, adds up to 75% health being recovered, which is a reference to his recovery ability in the movie itself. Range damage underwater. If you account for the plus blue numbers, he could be doing over 2,500 damage on spawn under level 30, which is an immense amount of damage. Godzilla -1 is very good at stopping pushes and killing all units on the field. But he is weak to high reach enemies, and as we go further into this video, we will talk more about his strengths and weaknesses. General playstyle. Godzilla -1 is a landmine, an ambush unit in Godzilla Battle Line. Generally, you will use him in water and wait for an unsuspecting kaiju to fall into his trap. Once he emerges, he makes for a great distraction due to his high health and health regeneration. Now that's if there are any units left after his explosion, which deals massive damage. Strengths and weaknesses. Pros: big explosive damage. Camouflage when placed underwater. Lots of spawn options. Health regeneration. Tanky. Amazing on water maps. Cons: slow. Low range after explosion. Higher search range, which leads to him chasing units he cannot hit. Weak to stun. Invulnerability negates boom. Horrible on non-water maps. Matchups. These are some important units in today's meta, and here's my opinion on how he does against them. Good against. I think -1 is very good against Gigan Rex. He's been prominent for the last several months, and it's just a solid unit that a lot of people use. Same with Mothra Duo. Very good at taking them out. Ebra, Godzilla Earth, Super Mecha Godzilla, he does very well against them with his health regen. Gamera, he does very well against Gamera, Fukuroka, Gigan, any of those lowered HP units that aren't like terribly tanky. Now, the depends category, Godzilla Evolved, depending how many card power-ups he has, what level he is, if he survives that explosion with more or at half health, he can easily take out -1. Chibis, if you do not take out Chibis, the Compel and Stun will give -1 a ton of trouble. Giron, if you do not hit him with your explosion, or if you do and he survives, he will strip you of your health regen, leading to a quick kill of your -1. Manila, the greatest unit of all time. If he doesn't get hit by that explosion, he will stun lock -1 from a distance. Football player Godzilla. He runs like a football player. He will survive the explosion if he's leveled up. He will tackle Godzilla, blow him away with his atomic breath, then charge and do it all over again. An excellent unit for dealing with -1 if you got levels on him. Counters. Rio. Rio is usually placed in the back, so -1 will not be able to hit him unless his bar is empty. But Rio's just a counter to nearly everything if played smart. In general, since he came out, invulnerability is what he's countered by. So Rainbow Mothra, Shinden, Jet Jaguar, Singular Point, Kong Beast Glove do very well at absorbing that explosion. And with Rainbow Mothra, he can give it to other people. And then Super Godzilla is so tanky and can heal, he shrugs off Godzilla -1. Same with Thousand Year Dragon. But what's interesting is airbase and tanks, they can trigger that explosion for minimum loss. You know, they lose a helicopter or tank or two. And then they just either stun lock them or snipe them from a distance. So this is generally what I think of as matchups. I might have missed a few monsters, but this should be useful enough. History. Godzilla -1 has been consistently an amazing unit, shifting between S and S plus tier, being a constant threat to the game. I personally think he still holds up and is just as good as he was last year, if not better. He's avoided power creep and in my opinion will stay relevant for a long time. Closing thoughts. Like a Nile crocodile, -1 is an ambush predator waiting in the water for those who dare to tread on his territory. For as long as there's water, -1 will be waiting to take out any unit who dares cross his path. If I had to rank -1 today, I'd say he is S plus tier, a top 10 unit. He will most likely move around in the S plus and S tiers over the seasons, but will always stay useful. His ability to be placed on half the map if there is water cannot be understated, along with his massive explosive damage. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as comment below on your thoughts of Godzilla -1 both in-game and the movie. Feel free to post your thoughts below. Until next time.